Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Rice Cakes and Pears. Today's guest, he's bringing back old school hip hop in a new, fresh way. We got Joey Valance, this dude. He's sick. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's up, man? Thanks for the dope introduction.
Yeah, dude, I,
So,
I rehearsed it like 20 times.
well, you did a good job. I mean, I'm proud of you. So,
Thanks, dude. It was a bar, I guess. But dude, let's hear about yourself. Tell us about yourself.
yeah. So I'm Joey Valance, and I make rap music, and I'm also a producer. Just general vocalist. From Central Pennsylvania, really cool place that everybody knows about. I mean, I didn't name a specific place, but Central Pennsylvania, it's not the greatest place for a rapper to be. So, but
Dude, well,
make him do, man.
are there any rappers that have come up out of Pennsylvania? Do you know of?
Um, I'm pretty sure Mac Miller is from Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, I'm
I
sure
should have
there's a
known
lot.
that. I'm wearing a Mac Miller hoodie. What the heck?
But yeah, I mean, just like I live in a small town in Pennsylvania, and I went to like a really just like rural kind of like school and area, and the so it's like it's not a lot of people are doing music around here. So
What would you say like got you into music, like
yeah, so
producing and all that stuff?
I mean, yeah, I grew up listening to so many things. Like my dad was super into the Beastie Boys, obviously, which is where I take the majority of my inspiration from, but also like introduced me to like Chicago house music and Daft Punk and all that stuff. And so my really early days, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what early kind of EDM was. And that's my first introduction to music. Was like, I really like electronic music. It's so different, so creative.
Yeah,
I love it. And so that's how I kind of got my way in. And I was 12 years old, and we moved to Central Pennsylvania, actually. I didn't have any friends. So I was like, what do I do? I want to make music. And so I started producing, and then here we are. So
dude, that's sick. Did you start on like GarageBand?
I actually started on FL Studio, which I still use
Oh,
today.
nice,
Yeah.
dude. That's
But
awesome.
mhm.
That's crazy. So like, I mean, I found you on TikTok. TikTok's like the Wild West, bro. Like you can post something, it blows up, and you got a career all of a sudden, or things are looking up, which is awesome. I mean, it seems like, I mean, it doesn't seem like you actually earned this stuff because you're really talented. I was wondering if you kind
Thanks.
of just go through the story of like maybe the beginning of your TikTok, like what
Sure.
you
Yeah.
created, and then into like sharing your music.
Yeah. So um, I remember way back when before TikTok was a thing, it was Musically, right? And
Yeah,
I remember right when they did the switchover is when TikTok became a thing, and that was like late mid 2018. And so I saw these videos of like people doing really funny stuff on TikTok, and it was so fascinating to me. And I just was like, oh my gosh, I might be able to go on here and make funny videos. And so I started making funny videos for like 3 years on TikTok, and I built a little bit of a following. And I remember TikTok used one of my videos in their in like one of their ads on Snapchat. And I was like, oh my
really.
gosh, like what? Yeah, I totally forgot about that until right now. But yeah, it was just funny being on there from the start and seeing how much it's grown as a platform for like everybody to use is insane in a lot of different ways. So I started making kind of, classic just funny videos on TikTok. And then what happened was with the when I started finally posting music, the first video I posted, I never expected it to blow up, and it did. And I had really just kind of separated the comedy version of myself from music for the longest time because I made very very serious, heartfelt kind of EDM, more
Yeah.
like chill stuff and vocals and everything. And then my comedy was so different. I was like, that's what the blending is. Can I finally blend this? And when I made the song and put it on TikTok, I was like, oh my gosh, this could be a thing that people like. And so I was really, really happy that I got a lot of positive feedback from me finally putting my music on a social platform like TikTok. So
Well, in the first music video that you posted, wasn't it like an entry for a talent show?
yeah, so I entered this talent show for $10,000 hosted by Justina Valentine. And I know I really, really wanted to, um, really wanted to submit into this talent show. And I was like, what do I do? I can't really just like DJ. That's boring. I don't really want to produce like electronic music. That's also boring for someone to watch and be like, oh, that's a talent. Um,
Yeah,
so I was like,
unfortunately.
yeah. But I was like, you know what? I love rapping and I've been rapping forever and I just do it for fun. I never really did a lot with my music, but I was like, you know what? We're just going to do this. And it just so happened to line up with the time that me and Braden had started making Crank It Up. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to rephrase some of the vocals from Crank It Up and submit it to this talent show revolving around like Justina Valentine and all this stuff. And yeah, I ended up winning. And me posting that video I made to TikTok was the first time I had ever had like a viral video on TikTok. Oh, that's not true, but I just mean from
Well,
the
for
sense of
music,
my music. Um,
it's so
and
crazy.
it was amazing to just hear the feedback and people were like, oh my gosh. And you know that style of rap that I do, the kind of like old school and very breakbeat and super energetic kind of Beastie Boys style music. I didn't really know how people will respond to that because there's nobody else doing that today. I mean, there's some people trying to emulate old school, but I don't think that
Yeah.
in a way that we were able to do it. And so I was just blown away by the positive feedback on it. And so, yeah,
Well, it's
man.
crazy, dude. I mean, you have 90,000 over now 90,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, and you almost hit 1 million streams on Underground Sound. And Crank It Up's getting up there. It's almost to 400,000. That's freaking
Yeah,
sick.
man, and it's so crazy. I mean, Underground Sound was like such a blessing for my TikTok as well because that just took off, and it's amazing that people respond to it because I just would have never imagined that. And it's funny kind of how Crank It Up came to be because Braden, who did Crank It Up with me and does all my music with me, I
Cool.
produce everything, and I've been producing like all my music forever. But I was like, I really want to do this with my friend because that makes it so much more fun to do it with a
Yeah.
buddy. And he matches my energy very well. We go off each other, and that's how it should be. Like, it just makes it really fun. And I met him my freshman year of college, and then we started kind of making rap songs to be funny. There's actually a song out there before any of the stuff we're doing now. If anybody listening goes and looks up "Yeah Okay IDK" on YouTube, you'll find a music video we made for a song, and I don't know if you're gonna like it or think it's funny. It's completely different than what we do now, but it's really good and it's kind of a hidden gem out there. So, but yeah,
What would you say the genre would be of that one?
so we kind of did just like modern, like like auto tune-ish trap rap or whatever. But
Yeah.
the lyrics are really funny, and that was kind of our inspiration for moving into a more comedic style of lyricism. And I think keeping that makes it really really fun. I've never been one for, especially not for my EDM stuff that I did, but in terms of rap music, like I have to make the lyrics funny, or it's just not that interesting to me. Because that
Dude,
just makes it
I
so
know
much
what you
fun,
mean.
especially for the style and energetic kind of music that we make. It just works so well to be funny and silly with it. And
Yeah, dude.
but yeah, so as I was saying, so Crank It Up came to be where we were just. It was another night where we wanted to make another rap song, and I pulled in the Amen break, which is a really famous sample. You know that one, but
Yeah.
yeah, and he's like, dude, you got to sample these horns or whatever. Let's make like an old school kind of thing. I was like, Braden, I've always wanted to do this. Let's do an old school thing. And we were about to go to dinner, right? And we have the beat laid out. I was like, oh my god, this is bumping. And I just scream into my microphone, I always want twice for good measure, one for business and one for pleasure. And so that's how
Dude,
that
it's so
line
freaking
came to
funny.
be. It just randomly came out, and we recorded it, and we were like, oh my god, this is amazing. And so
Dude, it was destiny, bro. Like when you make songs like that, sometimes there's just an energy and you
yeah,
just
man,
like go with
just
it.
it felt so good, and to have that kind of reciprocated through the people responding on TikTok and that whole video, just it was just like we knew we had made something that was gonna kind of change the course of our lives. So it's really fun.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I agree with you too. Like rap's cool. Like if it has a sick beat, like you can kind of vibe to it. But I've always been one for like I like to listen to the lyrics and understand what's being said, whether it's humorous or deep. Like that's
yeah.
where I find like enjoyment in
hmm
music.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, I'm the same way. Not that I have anything against, um, like a serious type of rap, and I've done stuff like that
Right.
before. But I just think it's way more fun from my point of view to be laughing at what you're saying as well as dancing to it and just, all that
Yeah,
stuff. So, and I feel like there's a real
seriously.
lack of
Well,
that lately too. I mean, not a lot of people, I mean, there's definitely some people doing it, but not a lot of people have that more like silly type of vibe anymore, um, in the context of especially the genre that we're doing. And I think it blends so well. And I just think we need to bring that like genuine, like fun back to music. And that's kind of what we're doing. So
well, yeah, dude. I think it's needed too with like a music industry that's very mainstream. I mean, there's always gonna be little nooks and crannies and niches, but like I've never heard. I mean, besides Beastie Boys, that's like way back when.
yeah.
Like this is, and it's not just you're mimicking Beastie Boys. Like it's a mix, is the way I perceive it.
Yeah, well, we definitely try and pull from a lot of different areas, but that's really our biggest inspiration. Not only just because of their style of music, but just the way they kind of acted and their lyricism and everything is just really funny. And it was just unlike kind of a lot of other people at the time. So
Yeah, dude, that's sick. I mean, from the what I listen, like I get like a little bit of 21 Pilots rapping vibe. I don't know if you hate 21 Pilots.
no,
And
not
then
at all.
you're like your character reminds me a little bit of like Jim Carrey because he's so freaking funny.
Well, that's funny that you mentioned that because I mean, when I was little, like Jim Carrey and another one, Jack Black, were my two biggest inspirations for like how to act. I was always like, I
Yeah,
love being wacky and I love being so genuinely like outrageous all of the time, and so that really inspired me. Not just as a person, like just as a person, not only just the character of the rap and everything, but as a person, and that really inspired me and like my music taste too, and like realizing the difference between people because it's not I think enjoying the essence of an artist and their music is just as important as enjoying the style of rap they do or the style of music that they do. And so that's kind of how I
oh for
feel
sure.
with like my music influences, like for example, like Biz Markie and 69 Boys, Will Smith, The
Nice.
Fresh Prince, like all those people, they had sort of a character that was silly and were just genuine to themselves when they were rapping. And I love that. Not only just being silly, but just you could just tell they're very genuine people, especially Biz Markie. I'm a huge Biz Markie fan. And
Dude,
and
rest
so
in peace.
yeah, I mean that's just and growing up and seeing kind of like even the Beastie Boys like music videos and everything, just seeing how funny they were with that was so big of an inspiration for me. And lately, a lot of people hate on like Oliver Tree, but Oliver Tree is a huge inspiration for me too. Just his character and his creativeness with his music, real like awesome project, and I love Oliver Tree. So
Dude, that's sick, bro. What would you say is like the process of how you write your music? Is it I know it's got to be based off yourself, but is it based off a little bit of a character or like a story that you made up, or is it based off a real story?
so I think the great thing about what I do now is I've been able to blend my genuine self with a
Yeah,
character at the same time. So when you think of Joey Valance, I elevate it a lot, but that's just how I am normally and how I've always been. And I've been looking for something to be able to combine the fun of music and the style of music that I make with the character that is Joey Valance, which is just me being myself and super eccentric and all that. But being able to kind of channel that, it makes the style of music that we do really genuine. Um, but in terms of just the process of writing music, like I think production might be the most difficult part because I always get so
for
in my
sure.
head about making everything sound like really perfect and from the time period too, which is something I need to get out of because
Huh.
I really want to evolve this sound and not just make it something that I'm emulating. You know what I mean? Um, and I take forever to write lyrics. I'd probably be the worst freestyle artist ever because I will sit for like hours trying to write 2 bars or whatever. I just think so much about how I'm gonna write a line about booty or whatever. I don't know. It's just
Gourmet
that's how it
butt.
goes. But um,
Dude,
yeah.
I feel that. So I actually make a little bit of raps
Oh,
myself.
sweet.
So the yeah, the podcast, I mean, this is about you. This is your interview, but like It's called Rice Cakes and Pears. I was on a diet of rice and pears for 8 years. So I have a feeding tube and I have a disease where my white blood cells mistake food as a germ.
Oh my god.
So like I got screwed over with the food stuff, and so my outlet like was making raps about like not being able to eat. So I have like a song called Rice Cakes and Pears, and like it's super
Oh
like niche.
wow.
Like no one makes raps about like food allergies. I don't
Yeah.
know, but like,
Well,
but like I like as far as inspiration goes, like I can only really write raps when I'm like going through a hard time or
sure.
like
Yeah.
not feeling well. But like if I have to be in that zone, you know what I mean? So like I get why it may take a long time to write lyrics. Like it has to come to you,
Exactly.
in my opinion.
And I think it's even been harder with COVID too, because when you're an artist that takes inspiration or draws from a certain source, whether it's very serious like an eating disease or disorder or whatever, or
Yeah,
something with your body, to go off of that, like when I make music, it's taking inspiration from just my life and the time that I spend with my friends is really what the new music is about. Before it was a lot different and mainly just about a lot of um, serious kind of like emotional things with my music. But
yeah,
now
yeah,
I feel like I've entered kind of the age where I've grown a lot as a person. And so as COVID hit, it's really difficult because you don't have a lot of those relationships and time spent with your friends anymore. And so with the new music, and Braden is still in school, so we're not spending a lot of time together anymore. So it's hard to kind of draw together and just sit in my
right.
room for a day or two and just go off of each other. So he's actually graduating in December, so hopefully we'll have a lot of music coming up. But but yeah, that's kind of how it goes. I mean, when you take inspiration from a lot of different things, I can't just sit in my chair all day and like think of whatever. So that's just how it goes. But
Right. Dude, would you describe yourself as kind of a quirky individual? Like right now, I mean, describe what you're wearing for us because I freaking love it. It's sick.
um, so I actually have a spacesuit on right now. I love this spacesuit. I
I'm
wear it. I
honored.
wear it literally all the time. I think I wore it in. I had a meeting in my job, and I wore it the first day I got it, and I got a kick out of everybody. But it's just funny. I mean, I like it a lot. Um, I don't know. I also have my classic Joey
Dude,
Valance glasses. I don't know where I just put them, but I'm not wearing them right now. But I guess to describe yourself
it's
as quirky,
awesome.
I don't really like kind of going into depth about describing myself in terms of character traits. But
That's
I will
fair.
say it's
That's
like
fair.
it's just funny to be fun and funny, and that's kind of how I act all the time. Why not just I don't take really anything seriously very often. So just I don't know,
That's a good way to
but
go about life, bro.
yeah.
I like that. Dude, you a Pokemon fan?
Of
I
course.
saw you have a sick blanket of Pokemon on your
Yeah,
wall. That's
yeah. I've
awesome.
been I mean, I've been a huge Pokemon game for forever. I think today the Diamond and Pearl remakes come out, so not
Yeah,
sure if I'm gonna get them yet
dude.
because Diamond and Pearl are my favorite games, but I don't know how I feel about the remix. But anyway, besides
Dude,
that,
I'm bummed. Like, I like when I played, like Diamond and Pearl was sick. Like
of
that was
course,
one of the
yeah.
coolest ones. That had so many legendaries.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like Pokemon now. Like I know we're getting older, but like they're catering to like making it easier for
Oh,
everybody,
totally.
which seems weird.
I mean,
It doesn't make any
when
sense.
you think about I mean, Pokemon has always been something for young people. So,
Yeah.
um I I always wish like Pokemon games were still as hard as they used to be. If you think about playing like Pokemon Red and Blue, you couldn't get through that game without wanting to punch a hole through your Game Boy. Like, oh my
Seriously
gosh!
though.
Um, but yeah, man, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I'm so stupid because in 2012 I sold all of my cards and I had like such rare ones and I was so angry.
Oh
I was like,
no.
"Oh, I want to be an entrepreneur businessman with my Pokemon cards. I'm 12 years old, Mr.
Yeah.
Big Shot. I just made $25 off a card that's worth like 400." I was so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the Pokemon tapestry that is in a lot of my videos. I'm a big Pokemon
It's
fan, of
legendary,
course.
bro.
Yeah.
Dude, so do you have a Switch or do you
Yeah, I do have a
play much
Switch.
at all?
I wasn't a huge fan of Sword and Shield either, to be honest.
Yeah,
Um,
it wasn't very
yeah,
polished.
but I mean, I still will be a sucker for Pokemon forever. I mean, I want to get back into collecting cards. I actually have the McDonald's
No way,
thing. Like, I
dude.
kept the box just to have it for like 20 years from now. But
Dude, what the
when
heck?
they did
That's
the
amazing.
celebration thing, but yeah, man, I really do love Pokemon. I play Switch pretty frequently. I love playing Smash too. Smash Bros is awesome.
Dude, Smash is sick. I just picked up the new Mario Party that has all the
Yes,
classic mini games.
I want to get it so
Love
bad. Me
it.
and my friends love Mario Party. It's a slapper always.
Dude, it's so fun. It's such a good it's like I don't know, it's like a good game that
Oh
brings people
yeah, and
together.
also tears people apart. But
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to mention that disclaimer.
but I totally agree, man.
Dude, do you have, yeah, dude, it's such a good game. Do you have a favorite starter that you choose for Pokemon? Like
Oh,
who's
I
your
always
go-to
choose water
if you had to
types.
pick?
I will say I'm
Oh,
gonna get a
same.
lot of hate for this, but I think Poplio is the best starter to ever exist from Gen.
Dude, is
It's
that
the
which game?
from Sun and Moon.
Ah, dude, that's like the one game I didn't play. What is water
Yeah,
type
it's
though?
water and fairy, and it like when you have a Pokemon that can learn Hypnosis, Ice Beam, Surf, like you're done for,
Yeah.
and like any fairy type mood.
Yeah.
I love Poplio, but I always go water type. My favorite color is blue, and I like water a lot, so I always go water. But
Dude, that's fair. Bro, if I remember right, you hate the flavor of grape.
yes,
Like what is that? I mean, it does kind of taste like medicine. So
well, that's one question that I get really violent about. I do not like grape flavor, and I will stand behind that for the rest of my life. It's I couldn't imagine taking something as good as the fruit grape, right, and making it taste exactly the opposite of what that is.
yeah,
I know it's based off a certain
dude,
type of
they've
grape.
done a
People
terrible
argue
job.
with me about it all the time. I'm like, I don't care. Make it taste good. It tastes like poison, literal poison.
Yeah, dang, dude. I appreciate your
Yes,
input
and
on
that's
that.
been a long running
Seriously.
kind of gag with me too. I always slip that in somewhere. I mean, at the beginning of Underground Sound, I say something about like no grape gang or something. I'm pretty sure I say this is no grape
Yeah.
gang or whatever. But
That's
yeah,
awesome. Dude, is there a rapper or even just an artist you'd like to collab with someday?
um, I don't know. Um, it's tough because I mainly want I more want to collaborate with like producers, especially in like all different
Nice.
types of music. But I don't even know because I to be honest, I don't really listen to a lot of modern rap music. I don't dislike it. It's just not really my style.
Yeah.
But it I know I really do like Denzel Curry. I feel like Denzel Curry would be really fun to work with. And the thing about the thing about working with kind of a modern rapper is the energy we bring to a song is so absurd, and the vocal style that we both do is very hard hitting and energetic. And so with a lot of rappers it's kind of hard to play off of that and be able to do the same thing. I'm not saying that they can't, but that's what a lot of the rap that I like is people who bring like super aggressive vocals to it. I really like Denzel Curry and people who are basically like just like yelling. I love that type of rap music. But
What about like
oh
Tyler
my
the
god, I
Creator
love
in his
Tyler.
old
Yeah,
days?
I would love to work with Tyler the Creator. Uh,
I feel like you'd be one of the type of people he would just work with just because you're
yeah,
so different.
he's amazing. I mean, the stuff that he does is out of this world. To know that he produces his own music too and is that creative and just musically talented is the most insane thing ever. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but the fact that he does everything like 99% of the stuff himself is beyond impressive. He's so talented.
Dude, yeah. It's crazy to see like how he's transformed too. Like he always had the talent, but like I mean he's playing
Oh yeah.
piano. Like his beats are by far my favorite because they're always original. Like they're so
Yeah, I mean
unique.
he just brings such a like a genuine sound and I love Tyler, yeah. I would love to work with Tyler the Creator.
Did you? Yeah. Dude, I'll reach out. I have a big name. No, I'm just
Also,
playing.
I would love to work with. Why can't I think right now? Kendrick Lamar. I would love to work with Kendrick Lamar too. I love Kendrick.
Oh, dude, I mean the collab he did with Baby Keem, like he was pretty
Oh
funny
yeah, I
too
mean
with
that
his energy
song's
there.
hilarious.
Like that
That's
was
what I like.
awesome.
I like when people joke around in songs a lot. I've never been a big fan of just like look at me, I'm so
Like
cool kind of
NF,
music.
super
What were you
serious.
saying?
And like it made me think of like NF. Like his music's good, but it's very
Yeah, I
serious
mean
the whole way
he's
through.
super talented, but that's just not the style of rap
Yeah.
that I would choose to do. Um, and not that I have anything against that. I just never was one for being serious about the type, especially rap that I do. So
It makes sense. You got to stay
yeah,
true to
man.
yourself. Um, but dude, I mean, I've asked you pretty much everything I wanted to ask. I guess my last question is like, what does the future look like for you? I know it's kind of unknown, but where do you
Sure.
want to take it?
Um, we actually, I we would love to do more shows. That's really the biggest thing, and we're gonna just keep on evolving the sound and being really fun with it, and hopefully using platforms like TikTok and Instagram to just promote the hell out of ourselves. And that's really where it comes from. I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that we've been able to do everything by ourselves just through like a million streams on a song just from promoting on TikTok is it's just the how it is in the industry today. I feel like record labels and all that the old style of the music industry is just so dying and people need to adapt to that. And if you kind of have the ability to go out on a platform and promote yourself at any time, do it. Like that's what we're just trying to do and making more music and getting it out there and hopefully playing more shows. We have a festival that we're doing in Miami actually in January. So I'm
Nice.
really excited about that. That'll be like our first real performance um, together. So
Dude, that's
yeah.
big time.
But
Damn,
just
dude.
yeah.
Well,
No, I was
or
just
go
gonna
ahead, go
say, yeah,
ahead.
mainly that and
Oh,
just keep on keeping on. So
love it, bro. Well, dude, where can people find you?
yeah.
Like your
Well,
username.
just look up Joey Valance anywhere. You can find our music on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. You'll find some real fun stuff on there. So if you're looking for a good time, definitely consider looking up Joey Valance and follow Bray too. Bray is amazing and he deserves way
He
more
sounds like
followers.
a
So
nice guy. Dude, sick. And then what's your social security number? No, I'm
it's
just playing.
actually 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
Your address?
10.
Well, sick, dude. Well, thanks for coming on. It
Yeah,
was
man.
super fun.
I love it. It was great. I love doing stuff like this, and you've been great. So hell yeah, man.
Thanks, brother. Take it easy, man.